Hello everyone, this is Kelly Beard of KarmicTools.com, and this is your weekly forecast for August 20th to 26th of 2023. So our quote for the week says, "The more you withdraw your energy from anything external that leads to soul fragmentation, then the more energy you will have available to self-sustain, self-generate, and self-realize. And the more energized, present, and vital you become." Ashe. Boundaries are all important right now. Scheduling yourself according to your energy, all important right now. We are going in, y'all. Mercury retrograde officially this week. But first we have Venus retrograde squaring off with Jupiter, the two benefactors, which most of you have heard me say, even in a hard angle like a square, they still bring blessings. But here's what you have to watch out for. Right now, she's backwards in Leo, recalibrating your authentic self and the way you perceive yourself and the way you express yourself in the world. Squaring off with Jupiter in Taurus, which has us real present to what we believe we're worth in terms of our creature comforts and material security. So something's going on there. In order for you to be yourself, your authentic self, I'm kind of joking because to be my authentic self, I am used to more money and freedom to travel than I'm feeling right now. And so that's part of my money pouring ritual wish list. And I'm really working on the land, y'all. I want to create live retreats for you all to come physically heal and learn and grow in your soul work. But first, got to work on Kelly. So that Venus makes it personal, working on you, the individual, your own values and priorities and how they're evolving and what is really in your heart of hearts to do these days. Because if you don't love it and you don't care about it and you're not passionate about it, you ain't gonna do it. That's just the bottom line. We have to be engaged in our hearts. None of us need more mental activity, okay? We might need more spiritual activity and more physical activity and more time for processing our emotions. But we damn sure don't need more mental activity. So in this case, we're going into the fundamentals of your self-love and self-worth and recalibrating things from the inside out. Meantime, in general, when Venus squares Jupiter, it's a happy-go-lucky kind of energy that doesn't really want to be bothered with the mundane. However, you must not allow that passing energy to get you so off track that it costs you more than it is worth down the road. If you do not have any pressing obligations, then this can be a fun, relaxing time, possibly with friends or socializing. However, if you have work to do, make sure that it gets done first so you can truly enjoy yourself without the worry of the pile being bigger when you return. Watch the excesses as well, food, drink, and/or spending. On a deeper level, you may have to make some adjustments in your relationships or finances. Jupiter always reveals how we make things bigger, consciously or not, and this activation usually helps us be more realistic so that we can align our true priorities with our grand vision of the future. So, deep breath. This is a process because she's hitting it 3 times over. First time was June 11th. Second time is this week on Tuesday, August 22nd. And the final time will be right before fall equinox on September 17th. So, we are in process with this. And you know what this is rooted in, y'all. How do we have fun? Where's the pleasure? Where's the joy, the sexuality, the sensuality, the goodness of being in a body and having a heart to share with somebody? How is that going and how is that being recalibrated? You've probably heard me already mention along the way, Venus retrograde often has old lovers popping up out of nowhere, curious about how you doing. So again, with the good boundaries being really important, but really redreaming how you want to have fun and socialize post-COVID, post-2020, when the world kind of went its own way. And this is an opportunity for us to live more authentically, to live the rhythms that work for you so you can be more healthy and effective. Deep breath. Same day, Tuesday the 22nd, Mars is going to oppose Neptune. So this is why I chose that quote, y'all, to withdraw your energy from anything that causes soul fragmentation and get back into your self-sustainability and your self-generating creature that you are. And just know that we're being rearranged this week, okay? Mars is our actions and choices and desires, opposite Neptune, our faith, our vision, but also our boundaries and our illusions and delusions. So there's a lot to do. Mars isn't real happy playing with Neptune, of course. It wants to move and groove. And Neptune's like, no, we got to feel into our intuition and our instincts before we make them moves. So there is a recalibration and integration going on there as well between Mars and Virgo. Again, what's healthy for you, opposite Neptune in Pisces, which means it's also, if it hasn't already, going to oppose Saturn because they're both in Pisces. And you got to understand that the reality planet and the dreams planet is moving toward a major reset at the world point of 0 Aries come 2025. So all of this is in preparation for, we have to let go of certain illusions and delusions, and we have to change the way we make our choices so that they are more in alignment with your self-preservation needs, okay? You, the individual. So Mars opposite Neptune, we say Mars rules your ability to act on your own behalf. And Neptune is the planet of dreams, visions, and spirituality, among other things. One is very personal and direct, and the other is very general and elusive. Yes, Mars is a personal planet, Neptune's a collective planet. We all are feeling Neptune in Pisces completing a mission of 165 years and getting ready to birth a new vision for life on Earth and how we interpret what God means to us and what spiritual practices are valuable to each of us as individuals. There's a huge planetary upgrade going on for Mother Earth right now. When these two are opposite each other, there's a push-pull between the actions you want to take and the actions you believe you are capable of taking. Often this activation helps you balance faith and action. That is, if you can be clear about who you are, what you want, and what you believe is possible. Then the action steps present themselves organically. It can also activate irrational fears and unfounded doubts. Oppositions always require balance to be useful and effective, even though we usually have to go through the experience of extremes to figure that out. These are two very diverse energies that have to compromise in order to strike a balance that will facilitate flow. It may be hard to decide what you really want, and communication with others tends to go awry with this one, okay? And Mercury retrograde is what we're going to talk about next. This energy tends to obscure things right in front of you, but can also make very clear that the current consequences are related to your past choices. It is best to own your choices and/or mistakes and do whatever damage control you can at this point. The one thing this combination of energy is favorable for is working in solitude on a project that needs completion. This will give you the energy to go the distance as well as the tenacity to overcome obstacles which delayed you previously. If you end up in this mode, do your work, put the final touches on everything, but then wait a week or two before sharing it with others. Deep breath. Okay, just remember, Virgo Pisces is body and spirit. Your daily physical practices, your daily spiritual practices are also tied to Mars and Neptune. So think about that recalibration going on right now. And think about it individually, socially, and collectively. Meantime, Wednesday on the 23rd, Mercury goes retrograde in Virgo. And it doesn't go direct until September 15th. And it doesn't hit Libra until October 4th. So we're in it. We're in this processing zone. Please make and take some time to do your processing. Emotional processing, spiritual processing, mental processing, especially because it's Mercury. And of course, your physical processing, because when it hits Virgo, we get very focused on our health and well-being and what really works and what allows us to function properly. So hopefully Mercury's time in Cancer reconnected your head and heart, and the couple of weeks in Leo got you back to feeling like yourself in some way. All that has prepared you for this Virgo time. How is your summer going? Have you changed your mind about something? Have you discovered what really nourishes you and connects you to your true heart? Mercury's journey through Virgo is going to allow you to truly process and integrate whatever came into your conscious awareness during this spring and summer. It's time for discernment and discrimination. You will have to choose or decide which ideas are worth investing more energy, time, and resources going forward. It is time to get organized and create space to anchor these new ideas and integrate them into the new rhythm that is emerging at this time. We are in the pre-harvest season for another month or so, and I think you will benefit from some timeouts in nature to mentally process your summer and get grounded. Reflect on the emotions of solstice time and the creativity of Leo time to inspire the Virgo discipline to tend to all the little things that allow the big vision to work in your life. The other thing to consider is that Mercury is going retrograde in Virgo. If we can recalibrate our communication with others and reestablish a balanced mind within, then we can tap into our own natural rhythms and right timing. It's also an opportunity to do some personal healing of the mental body. We have been cracked open to all new consciousness in recent years, and there is more to come. So it's a good idea to use any Mercury retrograde to time out, pause, and reflect on your mental input and output. Consider how much you are taking in, processing, and putting to good use, and how much you are cultivating your own unique ideas and sharing them with others. Deep breath. I'd also like to add here that it's about once every 5 years that Mercury retrogrades in all Earth signs, which is what it's doing this year in 2023. So it is all about your physical processing and your creative containers, the things that hold your ideas together and allow them to be useful and relevant for others besides yourself. So let's be mindful. A lot of the rewiring is how we think and perceive our physical nature and our physical needs, and all that's getting an upgrade. So deep breath. Mercury is going to move from processing in Virgo to restoring mental balance and equilibrium to your nervous system in Libra. The special thing about this go-round is that Mercury extends its stay in Virgo, which is going to affect your Virgo, Pisces, and Gemini Sag by default. If you change your thinking or want to make some new choices in the area of mental, physical, and emotional health, then you have to make some time and space to do your personal processing on a regular basis. This is a time to review your ideas, thoughts, and concepts about your own physical and mental well-being on a daily basis and how you would like to do that in a new and different way going forward. But first, you'll have to look in the mirror to discover where your own imbalances are around your concept of health and fitness, or around cultivating working systems for living your life. Any Mercury retrograde is an upgrade to your mental body, and since we get them 3 to 4 times a year, it is good to get into the practice of taking some time to review that area of life, in this case the Virgo house, and see what's been happening in the last 3 months specifically and where you want to be 3 months from now. Deep breath. That's around November, December, the end of this year. Also, I'm offering a special reading and your personal activations for $50. So reach out if you're interested in knowing how Mercury retrograde through Virgo is going to affect you. I'm not sure what's going on. I had a couple of years there where everybody was loving the meditations and divinations and activations package I was putting together for the annual Mercury retrogrades. But it's kind of fizzled out in the last year or two, so I'm just switching over to those 1 or 2 of you interested in doing a little reading. Reach out to me directly. That was Wednesday. Thursday the 24th is our last activation of the week. So we're kind of light on activations, but they're serious activations, so it's still intense. This one is Mars trine Pluto. So if we have opposed Neptune and trine Pluto, there's this integration of the vision that we're calling in and the choices that we're going to have to make to allow that to birth properly. And hopefully some ease and grace here with maybe changing our minds on things, changing our thinking, as well as changing those choices and actions so we can be more effective going forward. But when Mars trines Pluto, this is ease and grace and blessings without effort. It's also an active, transformative energy that will help you to change your life in a healthy, positive way. You may have the energy and inclination to make major personal and permanent changes to who you are and what you want on a deep soul level. Because it's a trine, it promises more ease than is usually associated with Pluto, and in this case makes transformation smoother. You may be especially focused on what needs to be done or changed in your life at this time. You will want to take action, and the universe supports that decision, as long as it is righteous and not totally self-serving. This is a good time to get moving. Take action regarding your long-term goals, and you will be able to create some momentum. You may realize some of your recent actions or choices do not necessarily support your deepest drives or desires. As you get in alignment within and without, the results can be miraculous. So be creative and be brave. Ashe. Now, caveat with this is the rest of the week and everything else going on. So it's actually not time to make those decisions and take those actions just yet. What I think this is more ease and grace around is figuring out what you want. I think a lot of us have been on the fence about certain things, and life is presenting people and circumstances that are getting us super clear on what we do and do not want. So I think that's more of the ease and grace that Mars and Pluto is bringing to the table. With the Mercury going retrograde, anytime a planet changes sign or direction, it slows down and its energy intensifies in that place. So we're all looking for the upgrade in our Leo department for values and priorities and relationships and finances. And we're all looking for that upgrade in the Virgo department where our thinking and our ideas and concepts and perceptions and how we process everything that goes on in our lives, that's getting an upgrade. And anything you got, any kind of planets you have in Leo or Virgo, Mercury's making you rethink all of that. And remember, at least the way I break it down, planets are the issues and activities, signs are the lessons and expressions, and houses are the areas of life being affected. So it's a pretty intense week, which is another reason I loved that quote for the week. And for those of you wondering, I'm getting the fire ceremony excerpt ready to go because that's all of our energetic support for the next 6 weeks. And I do like to upload those to my YouTube and podcast station. And we just did the Chiron and Aries call, which was really intense and deep. And I will be kicking that out over the weekend as well. So stay tuned for those. I'm hoping that they're in here in the blog by the time you see it on Sunday or Monday, whenever you all get to checking your emails and catching up with the energies for the week. And the biggest news of the week is that Cracking the Ancestral Code Level 1, which is open to the public, is off the ground. We're ready to go. We're taking registrations. I'm so excited. So, for anyone that wants to learn about ancestral reverence and how to do that properly from the Queen Mother, Priestess, Yeye Louisa Tish, I'm just her sidekick, and learning right along with you. But this is our favorite class because I have made vows in my earth medicine practice to help people with their grief protocols and working with the ancestors. And of course, hooking up with Yeye just took that all to a new level. So my responsibilities in the class have to do more with the ritual and ceremonial timing and the energetic support for our ancestor work through the ancestor season, which is always October, November, December. And you have to do level 1 in order to get to level 2. And for those of you who have been with us since last year, you're ready for level 2. Once you do that, you can go to Ori Visions level 1. So we are cooking up these levels to accommodate how deep you want to go with this ancestral reverence work. But it's a total celebration and a very deep learning experience that I encourage you to reach out and join us. So there's a link in here to register for that too. Meantime, of course, we're still in the very, very new stages of the new Venus cycle, and that replay is quite relevant and useful if you missed it. It's linked in here, as is the flyer that tells you all about the Venus reading and custom guide and monthly circle that I've been doing since 1999. Well, I guess the circle started in 07. I started the work in 99. Dolphin medicine is our medicine for the month of August. Stay tuned. Next week, we'll have a link to register for spider medicine for the month of September, when we really get creative. And I will leave the Soul Sisters Circle introduction video here. It's only 19 minutes. Check that out when you get a chance. And we're coming up soon for Nasa Bawa's Indigenous Spirituality School. So enrollment is in process. Y'all can click that link for details and check out my sister's work. It is also deep and life-changing and transformative. For anyone willing to do the work, she's got the best container and goodies and tools to support you. So check it out when you get a chance. If you're looking to check in with your own cycles and patterns, you want to get the Astro Tarot reading with me, reach out directly. Otherwise, I hope you have a wonderful week. Reach out when you need to. This is Kelly Beard of Karmic Tools signing off.